When you become a part of the universe becomes a part of you. Aww. It's still too hot. What's up, guys? Welcome to the weekly bump. Thank you so much for being here. We're gonna do a nice pick a card for the week. It's Aries season this week, right? The sun moves into Aries, Saturn moves into Aquarius. We got a lot of movement. Mars is making his way slowly but surely into Aquarius as well. A lot of crazy stuff is happening in Pisces season. Drop a note in the comment section below just to kind of let me know what's going on with you. I like to keep tabs on what kinds of things people are really dealing with because it's kind of all across the board on an individual scale. I know that collectively we have the coronavirus and the stock markets are going crazy and travel bans and all kinds of like really crazy stuff. You know, you go to the grocery store and it's like, I go to Whole Foods yesterday, the entire freezer section, the entire refrigerator, the entire produce section empty. Like I have never seen anything like it anywhere in the world. Kind of scared me a little bit because I was like, oh wow, I did not prepare for this. And it's not even preparing for the virus, but preparing for the lack of supply of food. Like I wasn't really thinking properly. So anyway, hopefully with the vaccine coming out, it will, you know, everyone will just kind of calm down. It will go back to normal more like sooner rather than later, right? But anyway, it's kind of a cool week. And I think we're feeling the charge, we're feeling the energy, we're feeling like we're coming back to life a little bit. On an individual level, you know, for me with so much Virgo in my chart, Pisces always kicks my butt. It's like Pisces season and Taurus season because most of my planets are in Scorpio and Virgo. So those are the seasons that always like just really drain me a lot. They pull my energy down. I feel like no matter how much I work out, no matter how healthy I feel, I always feel a little bit like lackluster. So I can already feel the lightness of Aries season coming. I'm like, oh, thank God. Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for the energy. Maybe some of you are feeling the same thing too. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into these cards. Thank you so much for everything. And I will see you in your reading. All right. See you in a sec. All right, you guys, here we have our three piles 1, 2, and 3. We have a Labradorite, a clear crystal, and a Smokey quartz here. So if you want to take a moment, pause the video, feel which pile feels correct for you. If you want to ask a question, you absolutely can. And I'll see you in just a second. Thanks, guys. All right, pile 1, let's go ahead and get started. You guys select the Labradorite, which is beautiful. Okay, so we have the Chariots. The Lovers, okay, wow. Queen of Cups, the Tower, the Star, and the Page of Coins. Wow, a lot of major arcana coming out for you guys. I mean, it's just going to be big changes. And, you know, as we have the Chariot card here, there's a lot of movement. And it's such a beautiful way to begin Aries season. You know, the beginning of the new astrological year. I think we're really starting to feel the effects of the new year, because I think, you know, 2020 had kind of a little bit of a slow start, have some crazy stuff going on, but yet you as an individual are making great strides. And I think this is going to be a week where you'll feel a lot of movement coming out of Pisces, you know, which can be a little daunting for some of us, unless you know, natally have a lot of Pisces, you may feel very empowered. But either way, whether you're feeling empowered or coming out of it, you know, you're on a really good track. The Lovers is a wonderful energy, especially for you lovebirds out there. You know, there's an opportunity for you to really connect with someone on a soul level. If you're totally single and that doesn't apply, a lover's energy can just be good communication with people. You know, it can just be this whole vibe of being on the same page with someone, if maybe even just yourself. You know, sometimes it's hard to be on the same page with yourself. Sometimes we have these really contradicting thoughts and feelings that, you know, kind of debilitate us in certain ways. And when the Lovers comes together, there is unity between our minds and our hearts and our souls and our bodies and all of these kind of systems, all of these bodies really working together systematically. Communication will likely go a lot smoother. We now know, you know, Mercury's been out of retrograde for a while now, so That feels great. And now we can finally really say the things we want to say. I am sensing a very real dreaminess with the Lovers and the Queen of Cups coming out. So you may still be feeling the effects of Mercury and Pisces a little bit. You know, you may have some pretty vivid dreams that are sort of coming to you, exposing subconscious yearnings or subconscious issues that are needing to be resolved. Hypersensitive, you know, your intuition is totally on point and pretty fierce at this point. I think you have a very warm heart and you're going to feel, you know, very giving this week as well. Feeling like you actually want to be there for people, you actually want to talk to people, you want to associate. You know, Aries is a very loving and caring sign, and we have that fire coming back into our hearts, which is really great. Now, there may be some pretty big changes this week, or a realization of some kind, which might, you know, kind of coordinate, or what's the word? That's not the right word, but works with the Tower or works with the Lovers here, where there could be some illuminating bits of information that come out and may actually really be really liberating, because we have the Star right next to it. You know, it's just like an energy of being set free. It's an energy of being just careless. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean like in a liberated kind of way, where we don't have a lot of care. We don't have a lot of worry. You seem pretty self-contained, you know, you seem to be really on point with what you're wanting to do. You seem to be pretty on point with how things are going in your life. And the Star is, you know, the belief that it's all possible. And I love the Page of Coins because it's, you know, it's the action that's really needed to help support your dreams and to help support where you're clearly going. Page of Coins, she likes to keep her head down. She likes to keep things on track. She likes to, you know, do the things that are necessary. And there's no boredom. There's no feeling of drudgery. It's actually a feeling of almost meditation, or therapy. It's, you know, things that need to get done can be therapeutic. And because you have this unity within yourself and you have this change that's going to happen, or a change of perspective that will likely occur, you're going to feel more motivated than normal, or more motivated than you have in the last few weeks. Page of Coins, she's, you know, she's dedicated. She's also very independent, you know, she doesn't really have a need to really do things with people. So maybe some of you are going to be going off on your own, or spending a lot of time in the office by yourself after hours, doors closed, or even at home, you know, cleaning up, doing the spring cleaning kind of thing in order to really create space for this new vision that you've set for yourself. I think you can feel this monumental turnover from the old and the new. And we've been talking about that for the past couple months, but it's starting to become more and more potent. Okay, now we have the animal oracle, which is the fox spirit, which is think on your feet. Now, that's a really cool energy to get. Actually, I'm going to move this over here because I like that with the Page of Coins, because it is very buoyant and agile. The fox is cunning. And when you associate cunning with your dreams, it seems like you've got a straight shot from where you are to where you want to be. The thing I like about the Queen of Cups, though, is that she's very content with where she is, which makes her goals that much more attainable. You know, that expression of appreciation, the expression of gratitude, the expression of happiness for where you are. That's all important in order to achieve your dreams. Because if you sit there and you continually berate yourself for not being where you want to be, it's going to make this ideal a little bit more unrealistic for you. The think on your feet, though, this fox energy doesn't have time to dwell, doesn't have time to think of all the mistakes, doesn't have time to feel embarrassed for things. I actually kind of like this with the Lovers as well, since the Lovers is an energy of, you know, Gemini. And we also have a Mercury ruled kind of energy coming out here as well. We have an Aquarian ruled energy, which is, you know, Uranus ruled. So there's a lot of insight to be had this week, a lot of mental agility. So it's not a time for dwelling. It's not a time for worrying. It's not a time for negativity. It's more of a time of just kind of not worrying and going, okay? Because the energy is really supporting you. Oh, and then we even have, I didn't even do this on purpose. Don't let your past hold you back. Yeah, and I don't think that you are. I think that's what the whole vibe this week is really all about. The Chariot's trying to carry you somewhere, right? It's trying to get you to move forward. It's trying to get you to the next level. So, you are in motion right now. Things are happening inside of you, and those things inside of you are going to start manifesting externally for you before you know it. So just because things aren't showing up for you right away doesn't mean nothing's happening, because a lot of stuff is really happening, okay? And then the last two, okay, we have passion ignited and victory and success. Okay, so yeah, Lover's passion makes sense. Victory and success with the Chariot also makes sense. It's that feeling of I'm aligned with what I want to do. I'm aligned with my talents. I'm aligned with the things that come naturally to me. I feel good about who I am and where I am, and I am unstoppable. And I think you feel that, and you feel what that actually means to be unstoppable, which really is just the courage. You don't have blockages right now, you guys. And if you're sitting there focused on all these things that are wrong, then you're the only thing holding it back. You're the only thing preventing you from having the things. So you have to be cognizant of how you really talk to yourself, because to me, this is an amazing story of progress and evolution, but someone may not want to get on the Chariot, which means that they absolutely miss out on all the good things. So that's up to you. There is always a choice in everything. But as far as I can see, you guys are on track to making more money, to falling in love with someone awesome who's going to have longevity and a relationship that's actually going to last. Some of you are on track to making a lot more money and getting those promotions and all those things. So, I think people look at you and they really see and appreciate you in a lot of ways. But right now, I don't know that you need that external appreciation. I think you're just really in your zone, and there's really nothing anyone can do or say to really stop you. Because when you as an individual have passion in your heart and in your soul, then anything anyone says cannot put that out unless you let them. So are you going to let them? Really amazing reading, guys. Thank you so much. I wish you to have a fantastic week. All right. Thanks so much. Take care. Okay, pile number 2. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's go ahead and see what we've got here. 6 of Swords, 8 of Wands, 6 of Coins, Strength, 10 of Coins, and 9 of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, so things are going to start moving fast, I think. 8 of Wands is always an indication of things moving quickly, which tells me that as we make our way into Aries season on the 19th, there's going to be kind of a rush of energy where, I don't know how Pisces season really went for you as an individual, but some people have a really hard time this time of year. Other people really thrive in Pisces energy, but usually it's going to operate in one way or the other. So when we experience that change from the 12th house ruler energy into the first house ruler energy, it's going to really feel like we are back on track. I get it. I'm looking at the imagery in this card, and we have these, birds sort of pulling this boat to dry land from a lot of tumultuous waves here. And I do feel like you're coming in for a landing a little bit, where maybe there's been some drama or some arguments or just a feeling of discontentment. And now you're making your way into a place of feeling really solid. You'll be able to put your feet on the ground, and you'll be able to, establish some traction in what you're trying to do. As you achieve and kind of go after and pursue your goals, I think that things will start building up momentum that may have been lacking over the past few weeks. Now, the 6 of Coins is always a wonderful indication that things are really going to pay off. That, I even kind of like the infinity sign here. It's a reminder of that, law of attraction, manifestation, alchemical process that's always going on. Wherever we put effort in, we'll always get reward in return. I know that some people have had some really interesting relationship dynamics, some interesting financial dynamics. And so now is a time for you to really be certain of where you need to exert effort, because you don't want to put effort into a sinking ship. You don't want to put effort into things that are not useful or not practical or that don't serve in any way, shape, or form. So as you sort of redirect your focus, you're going to start seeing the payout come more quickly, because anything that comes out with the Eight of Wands does suggest fast motion. Okay, so it's not that you're going to get everything all at once, but you will see like things start coming up, the right people, the right opportunities, the right phone calls, those kinds of things that always add up to ultimately the thing that you're really wanting. It could also be a great week to make amends, if you're at that time, of you've been thinking about things and you've forgiven yourself and forgiven other people. It might be a good idea to kind of reach out and to even things out. That's not going to apply to everybody, but I'm just kind of throwing it out there. Someone out there might need to hear it. And the strength sort of goes along with that as well. It's kind of interesting. We have this lion here, but we also have the lamb. There's kind of that strength and gentleness coming out at the same time. The heart of the lion, but the soul of the lamb, where the lion is courageous and fearless. And with an Eight of Wands, especially, that's, what we want. We want to have this fearlessness within us. We want to have this whole energy of just passion and drive and unapologetically moving forward. But there's still a softness here. And I think as we approach Aries season, which is, the ram or the lamb, we do have a kind of, I think we've been humbled is kind of really what I'm trying to say. We've been humbled, and to walk smoothly, to walk softly into where we're going, but yet also passionately. I don't think that passionate has to be aggressive. I don't think that passionate has to be harsh or anything like that. It's just the fire within really coming out. And, you may have to have strength in dealing with some people. You may have to have strength to allow the Eight of Wands to really occur. Sometimes the idea of having a soft landing is hard for some people to swallow, right? It's like they are afraid of not having drama in their life. So this is, you not being afraid, because look, we've got the 10 of Coins and the 9 of Cups, which are both cards of abundance, of wishes coming true, of having all the things that you hope to have. When it comes to, we even have that tree of life symbol here, the Kabbalah tree of life, where all of the points are connected here. It is an essence of completion, meaning a cycle is coming to completion. You are becoming more complete. And you may feel that as, the astrological year turns over into a new year, something very substantial. You've officially put a punctuation mark at the end of a chapter, right? Like it's done, it's over. And now you really can start the cycle from now until Virgo season of really discovering this new skin, this new identity that has unfolded or blossomed the past few years. And the 10 of Coins also represents a financial reward. I love the money part coming out here. I really do. I love that it's positive flow. Things are evening out. There's absolute abundance here. But remember, the emotional component of the 9 of Cups is very important, because if we aren't feeling abundant and we don't express our appreciation and our gratitude, it can be very hard to manifest a 10 of Coins situation in our lives. And we can manifest a 10 of Coins situation in our lives. We won't necessarily feel good about it. So the 9 of Cups really is where the power is. It's that ability within us to find that treasure trove that is so full and so blessed and so abundant and so wealthy and so everything, that the 10 of Coins can't help but come into your life, right? The 6 of Coins, that turnover. Remember, where do you want to put your energy? Put the energy into the 9 of Cups, because if you put the energy here into a ship setting sail rather than a sinking ship, you will find your treasure trove, okay? Ooh, the hummingbird, be here now. The moment. it's not a good time for anybody to be drudging or wallowing in the past. It's just, I think we're all over it, you know? And even if you still have things lingering, I think you're going to start feeling tired of it. You're going to be like, oh my God, like, I just want to be over it. I don't want to think about it anymore. I don't want it to be impacting my life anymore. And the hummingbird is such a symbol of beauty and elegance and grace. And it's just a very sweet spirit as well. You know, it's like one of the cutest little things ever. You know, it like flaps its wings so fast it holds still. It's just like a fascinating creature. And I think you are finding the fascinating part of yourself, fascinating part of how you create, the fascinating part of how you can co-create in your world. Be here now, be in the moment. Don't worry about yesterday, don't worry about tomorrow. It's not worth it, right? With the energy of the lamb, soft, innocent, kind, sweet, but with the passion of the lion. Adjustments are required. Okay, a third quarter moon, which means that moon is building up to a full moon energy. I suspect that Aries season is going to be a substantial turning point for you. The old ways definitely becoming more and more outdated as every day goes on. And I think the lion or the strength card here is the power to create the adjustments. You know, we even have this energy of exchange with the 6 of coins. So there's an adjustment being made there as well. The adjustment being, where are you dedicating your energy? Here, 9 of cups, right? It's in the joy, it's in the pleasure, it's in the abundance. Wishes can come true so quickly when we make set adjustments. These adjustments are merely a matter of changing our mind about something. That's it, you know? And then the external world can't help but make the adjustments as needed. Oh, we got 2 chakra cards for you guys, heart and crown. So these are, you know, a chakra that's ruled by the air element and a chakra ruled by the ether element. So these are very low density energies. You guys, you're making your way out of the density. It's not needed to go back into it. To feel light right now is going to be it's going to have rewards, I guess. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought a little bit. The heart chakra is so full of love, but also just openness into what is and what can be. The crown chakra, a chakra of understanding and belief. I don't think you guys are really operating in any kind of delusion. Perhaps maybe you're coming off of some kind of a delusion or something that you thought was going to come to fruition and it didn't. So you might be scaling things back, really simplifying things a lot. And like I say, really streamlining your focus. Your heart is there, your heart is ready. And I think you have the understanding that's needed to really carry these things through. Relax. You know, stay in the moment and make the proper adjustments, and all things will unfold beautifully, like really, really well over the course of the next year. Okay? All right, great. I'm going to leave you guys there. Thank you so much. Have a good week, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Okay, pile number 3. You guys selected the Smokey Quartz here. Let's go ahead and see what these cards are. We've got King of Coins, Ace of Wands, Queen of Coins, beautiful, Page of Cups, 9 of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Wonderful. 2 aces coming out, Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups. It's a very passionate week for you. This is perfect for Aries season. What can I say, right? That's the whole thing with Aries. It's about the spark of intuition, the spark of knowing, the spark of existence, the spark of understanding really who you are. Aries is a very soul-oriented sign. The Ace of Wands is the passion. And I think you're going to start feeling strong desires in your heart, strong desires to go make money. And I think the desire to go make money will be stronger than the desire to wallow in how much money you don't have, right? Because I think you're very keenly aware of where energy is best dedicated. And for right now, it's dedicated toward the positive, which will beget positive results rather than feelings of stagnation. So I think your spirit and your heart are very much in alignment right now, which is good, because when your spirit and your heart align, or your emotional body and your spiritual body are working together, it's very easy to convince your mind to get on board. Sometimes it's a battle of like mind and heart or mind and spirit, but ultimately your mind won't have a choice but to start getting in line, okay? Because this is what happens when our higher self really takes control. And I love how this like flame is really connected with her third eye chakra here and her crown chakra. It's the knowing. And I think you are exceptionally soul driven at this time. Ace of Cups tells me that there's going to be some really cool things happening for you this week. Even if it's just one thing, one phone call, one person, one client, one whoever that kind of comes in and offers something to you, but also you might be the one making the offering as well. I see two people, King of Coins and Queen of Coins, which are such a wonderful match. They're relaxed. Coin energy is a very relaxed energy. It's hardworking, but it also knows how to work effectively. I think there's going to be a shared passion here as you're both sort of looking in toward this Ace of Wands. If you are dating someone, this could be, if you haven't had sex yet, this could be the first time that you guys have sex. If this is someone you're working with, it could be a shared creative idea. It could be a cool brainstorming session that you have. If this is a friend, it could be a cool adventure that you go on. But either way, no matter how it manifests for you in your life, I just see that everything is just flowing really well and you're comfortable and they're comfortable and everyone is just like super chill. And this is the right vibration. Like if you guys are Abraham Hicks fans, this is what she talks about when you're in the vortex. You're just very much in that creative space. And when you're in that creative space, that is when new ideas and new money and new things can really flow so easily. I see no blockages here whatsoever. In fact, I see you protecting your vortex a lot. I see you protecting your world a lot and being really sure of who you will and will not allow into your life, because this is worth protecting, this kind of flow. It really is, because it doesn't happen that often, because a lot of times we get so caught up in the stress and the anxiety and the worry and all the stuff that comes along with just everyday life. And we can really lose sight of how good it feels to be here, but here you are balancing your everyday mundane regular lives, taking the kids to school and going to work and dealing with people. Like you're still doing all of those things, but you're just in this very zen kind of place. I think you will have new ideas come out for you this week, whether it's, a new initiative you want to start, or there could be a feeling of wanting to communicate with your clients or your friends or reaching out to people, Page of Cups, just little things, like let's touch base with clients. Let's put a little message out. Let's go ahead and, send someone some flowers or something. I think there's a lot of goodness that can really come from that. If you're expecting to hear from someone, I wouldn't hold on to that this week. I would just let everyone be on their own path. See, the thing I love about this Queen of Coins is how she just sort of has her eyes closed. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. She just has her eyes closed and she's so beautiful and peaceful and just like the most chill person ever. Like she's in a state of deep meditation here. And I think that's kind of where y'all need to be. Even the King of Coins as well is just kind of chilling with his dog. He's just like in his library in his comfy chair and everything is just so non-stressful. And that's the perfect place you want to be to kick off the new astrological year. So it is worth protecting. If someone tries to come in and create stress, I would just say, look, you're really bringing down my vibe. Come back later when you're more chill, kind of thing, okay? So here we have the porcupine, time for the beginner's mind, which is a great time for Aries. It's kind of a new beginning, a new season, new seeds get planted. We have the opportunity to set new goals for ourselves for the upcoming 12 months. We begin a new journey, right? Aries through Virgo, a new journey of self, but it doesn't have to be in a deep kind of way. We just go through it. We change our mind about things and we learn how we feel about new things and we learn how to express ourselves in new ways. So I think your openness at this time is really beneficial because as 2020 is such a year for laying down foundational blocks. This is the beginning of like the first block, right? Let's go ahead, let's lay it down. Let's get it started and let's kind of envision what kind of castle we're trying to build here. So let's envision it so we can actually manifest it, you know? A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Well, we're actually having a new moon in Aries, so not quite, but almost. The Aries energy is coming out anyway. So there will definitely be fire around us. And if you are awaiting closure in some story of your life, it's likely that it will come this week. Hopefully y'all aren't getting in fights, because that's completely the opposite kind of energy that I'm seeing with the tarot cards. But sometimes Aries has to really stand up for itself, you know, and it has to push back or fight back. That's okay. Maybe that's the Nine of Wands really stepping in here as well. You can have a Zen attitude and fight back. Sometimes they can work together, and it's because you want to protect your Zen state of mind that you do have to push back a little bit. So it's likely that there could be some event that happens that impacts you in a way that you gotta, you know, get a little heated. But I think that's definitely okay, and it's not going to be a long-lasting kind of thing. So let's see. We have foundation and achievements, and deception and envy. That could be something going on with the Nine of Wands, that you do have to keep your space sacred, that you have to keep your flow sacred. There could be someone in your sphere who is wearing a mask, and not to say they're going to go out and deceive you or be cheating on you or doing hurtful things, but it's likely that they might just, you know, not be fully showing you everything. And that could be hurtful sometimes, but it's not ultimately an attack on you. If someone else is envious of you, that's most certainly their problem, not yours. It's a manifestation of their insecurities and their fears, not yours. You're here building foundation and actually going about bringing in your achievements. And some people can't handle that. Even some people watching this reading, they're going to be like, this is the worst reading ever, because they don't feel like they're in a powerful position. They don't feel like they actually can create their life, or that they can make positive effects on their life. But, you know, that's their own cross to bear. That's something that they're just going to have to really figure out. The thing with this is, like, other people's envy, other people's jealousy, it's so toxic, but it's only toxic for the beholder. It has nothing to do with you. So you have to be able to separate yourself from that, and to also honor someone else's journey and someone else's learning experiences. You know, unfortunately, we don't all have the capacity to just feel better, you know. We don't understand how that works. Not everyone is privy to that information, or they weren't taught that information. And so they're just not there yet. And that's okay. It's important to have compassion for those people, but it's also important to protect yourself from that kind of energy as well. You have your focus here. This is where it needs to be. Now, I actually like the porcupine too as well, because it does have a protection to it. It's very, you know, it can be very painful when a porcupine, you know, throws out those things, what are they called? Quill? A porcupine quill? Is that what they're called? Those things, you know, the little things that hook into your skin. It's very painful. So you do have a protection mechanism to help protect you from negative energy, which is fantastic. And it's probably really going to be needed this week. But there's nothing to worry about, because you have the protection and you have the fight in you, which is good. So there might be something coming to an end for you guys, which will be welcome, so that you can just really only focus on your flow. Okay? Really beautiful reading, you guys. Thank you so much for everything. I wish you nothing but the best. Have an excellent week. Take care. Bye-bye.